Welcome, Scorpio. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot. I'm going to be looking at 4 major areas of your life energy, your position in the world, your perspective, your mindset, your home, and your significant relationships. And I'll be summarizing or concluding with an oracle card towards the end of this reading. I have pulled for you the Ace of Pentacles for this month of February as your overall energy. This is about prosperity, abundance. You are beginning a project. Some of you haven't begun it yet. I believe this is something you've been working on for at least a short while. For many of you, this is a project that is emerging out of something that you've been working on for a very long time, that is going to far outlive you. This is something that is creating and building value into the future. This is a product or service that will bring value to others, will be accessible to others, and it will bring you a reliable income stream. This feels as though it's opening the gates of prosperity in some way. It's finding a vein among your various activities and fields of endeavor that is rich, profitable. And by rich, I don't mean money rich. I mean it is expansive, it is deep, it is full of potential for you. It isn't the amount of money that this is describing, it's the longevity of the profits that you can receive and generate from whatever it is you're building for the long term. This is a general reading, Scorpio, so it isn't going to resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, information for that is in the description box below. In the area of how you are seen by others and your position in the community, the Queen of Wands is indicating the incredible, passionate creativity that you bring to your effort, to your work, to what it is you are building. In fact, it appears that you are basing your creation on your creative gifts, your passions, your devotion, your complete and total compulsion to do what it is you are doing. This is likely an area of activity that you are trained in, that you have experienced and expressed over a long period of time. Hence, the more you do it, the more excited you become about it. But this excitement, this passion is something you exude. You are not drumming up advocates. People are coming to you. They're drawn in by your story, your narrative. They are inspired by you and motivated by you. So this is the inner excitement and determination, the courage that you exude through the establishment of your product, your activity, what it is you're building, what's behind that. In the first house, the 5 of Cups, as part of the preparation for building this particular new activity, this resource, tool, or a new income stream, you have looked over your failures and disappointments in the past, the many attempts to generate something like this, a partnership that could support your work in this particular arena or activity. You have had to come to a place where you realize whatever it is you needed, you would have to generate for yourself. And that has helped you to claim your potential, to move towards the fuller picture of what you envision for yourself, single or alone. This is part of what's motivated you to be grateful for many of those experiences of failure or disappointment, because it has taught you who you are and what you are. particularly what it is you can do and the deservedness, the ability to reach for what it is you truly want. This is part of what is being uncovered, what is emerging through this project, a reclamation of the comfort, the stability, and the security that you desire. In the fourth house of your home, the Six of Cups is all about a deep soul bond. And for some of you, this is absolutely a relationship, a reconnection that helps to motivate this larger project that you're working on. This perhaps is that partner that theoretically has appeared in your life in the past and has perhaps rejected you, or you have rejected them. This time around, there is a grasp of the pleasure, the joy in exercising your craft and having the support to do so from someone who actually sees you and values you for who you are, what you bring. There is a desire for you to recapture and to enjoy what it is you so powerfully project to others. Your creative talent as an entire trove of life experiences that you see uniquely, that you can describe in a unique way, is part of what you're being asked to recapture, to claim and draw the support, receive the support that you're deserving of, to allow the help in that you need in order to do this thing. This can be a family member who helps you, who is really there for you, who has always been there for you. Sometimes it's our children that motivate us, that help us to speak our truths, to be clear about what we desire. Whatever this is, if this is a person who supports that passion that is empowering you to build something amazing. In the seventh house of your relationships, the Temperance card. Temperance card is the way that you are working on your issues and the challenges, the struggles you've faced in relationships. For many of you, you've been independent or alone for a long time. And whatever adjective suits your situation, that is what is appropriate now. However, you are very aware that even within relationships, you have unique struggles you must mount. There is a temptation to lose yourself in relationships, to support those that you would love to receive support from, because you're strong, because you see the need. However, it's important that you don't sideline what it is that is important to you for in order to maintain or sustain a relationship that really should be or can be a collaboration. But actually attracting and sustaining a relationship that is a match for you is a challenge, and that may be the challenge that you are currently facing with all that you have going for yourself. There is the desire to have support, a companion, a thought partner who is able to meet you at your level, despite the tremendous demands on you that this current project, this potential project has. If this is resonating for you, Scorpio, please like this video. Please share this with others. And if you feel so moved, and certainly subscribe to my channel if you are enjoying the content, if you want to keep coming back and certainly you can support me in so many ways that are not subscribing me. And I'm not saying that I don't want subscribers. I'm being very aware that for those that subscribe and that never come back to the channel, that doesn't help actually. So I'm just saying, if you're enjoying it, you can like. You can always like. Even if you're a subscriber, that's a way that you can continue to support me when and if you do come back for more content. What I've pulled for you is the failure card. I understand that a mistake is an opportunity to learn. And now this is becoming clear that perhaps for you, relationship is the area where you feel least supported, least, the most lacking in your life. And that the failure to sustain a relationship that could support you may be something you're working through at this time. I don't necessarily believe this means that you're doing handstands or on every dating app. I don't believe that's what you're lacking. I believe you're contemplating what the lack of relationship has meant, or the gaps in relationships, where you have thrived or benefited or been hurt by that absence in your life. It's something you're thinking about. It's something you realize is much more connected to you, within you, than it is the objective presence of somebody in your life in a significant way. I hope I'm making sense here. I think it's much more nuanced than wishing you had a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a them friend. I think it's much more deeply wound up with the way that you've learned to uh, um, persevere through difficulties. And a relationship difficulty may be something that is still fraught with the experience of trauma of a variety of kind. I'm going to clarify the Five of Cups in the first house with the Eight of Cups. Yes. I see that you've learned all you can learn from many of the relationships around you. Maybe this applies to relationships from your past as well. There's a reason why you left, or why they left, or why it didn't work out. There's a consciousness that even if the breakup wasn't something you desired, that actually that it had been played out. The relationship had given you all that it could, and that you now have the courage, based on uh, what you've learned from your significant relationships, to move on to this greater achievement that is going to benefit you and others for the long term. I believe I mentioned is going to outlive you. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about creating things that have a life beyond yours. And that is why you're here. That is the significant building, creation that is consuming you, that is compelling you forward. And you're recognizing and tempering your relationships with that understanding for yourself. In the fourth house, the Four of Cups, or the Six of Cups, is clarified by the Five of Wands. Yes, there is some struggle. There are some challenges in your significant relationships. There is, I think, a lot of strength that I'm sensing from you and whatever partners or allies you have, particularly as it relates to family. And of course, former significant partners become family in a sort. But there is a way in which you want to work together with your partner, particularly one who is soul bonded with you, to solve problems, not to create them. Whatever differences you have a great desire to communicate and work through them productively. You see any problems as ones ideally you could solve with a partner. but that hasn't always been the case in the past. In the 7th house, the Temperance card is clarified by the 9 of Cups. Interesting, because I do see the healing around your relationships, whether they exist or are absent at this present moment. The healing of deep relationships for you is giving you a lot of joy. In fact, this may be even the subject of something that you are putting together or creating. Learning, finding your way through relationships, your relationship status, something that is so public and uh, we are measured and judged against in this culture, is something that you are feeling good about, your place in that. You are understanding for many of you, and I believe this may be true for the women or non-conforming gender folks out there, that you are aware that you could not lead the life of independence and independent joy and satisfaction in many other times or many other cultures that are possible for many of you now. That the level of independence and self-satisfaction that is at the top of your list is something that you have struggled to gain. And you understand that you are choosing your relationship status, that it does not choose you. And that gives you a tremendous sense of well-being, even wholeness, that you know you're complete within yourself. In the 10th house, the Queen of Wands is clarified by the Page of Swords. It's interesting because there's a strong way in which you are open to being instructed around this incredible passion that is fueling this new creation, this new attempt at prosperity and security, this new income stream, quite possibly, this new job within an area of your deepest talents. The Page of Swords means you're watching and you're learning. You're quite possibly training or learning new information that you realize is an update on your skill set or your knowledge of your field or the thing that you're creating. There's new possibilities that you're trying to track and keep abreast of. And in that way, you are observing, you're noting, you're taking every opportunity to gain some new information and squeezing it fully as it becomes a way of getting to know yourself and your skill set better. I always love the Page of Swords. In this particular case, it is around the bravery with which you approach what you don't know. Your openness to hearing the information, even if it isn't information that is immediately pertinent to you. I'm going to finish up this reading with a crystal oracle, Scorpio, and hope that this has been helpful to you, instructive, insightful in some way. And I pulled the Jade, one of my favorite. Be the bigger person. Those are the key words, but I feel like this card holds a kind of power of moral authority. When we think even historically of the jade as a symbol of Asian civilization, highly valued, great wisdom, I think there's a sense of integrity that you embody that is deeply affecting the way and what you are creating, built upon the knowledge, the wisdom, and the skills that you already have. So thank you so much, Scorpio. If you've enjoyed this content, I'm linking a video for your continued enjoyment. Until next time, namaste.